Oh, Luke says I'm live. Oh, evening. Welcome to Heartwood Turning in the Stable Studio. Cup of tea. It's important to have the tea. I've got some Hallions in the background, but we'll get them in a minute. You'll notice at the top of the chat, there is a link pinned to the top of the chat. It's for the old Makers t-shirts.
Yeah.
So if you haven't got your Makers t-shirts for this year, whose proceeds all go towards October's charity auction, which will be the dementia charity that we're supporting this year, get onto that link, get yourself a t-shirt, but support the makers who supported the t-shirt. Please. Let's see who's in tonight. Oh, Pete from Twisted Trees.
Good evening all. I've also got my beverage.
Yeah, which is not cold tea in a glass. Terry from TJ Turning.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome aboard.
Steve from SK Crafts, who provided the link for the
I'm
t-shirt.
not an alcohol. I don't drink alcohol. I've got urine.
Drinks the elixir of life.
Orange or blackberry squash or something, I don't know. And we've got
No,
Joe
it's apple
Senior,
juice, actually.
Voice of an Angel.
Good
Yeah,
evening.
we got Joe. Voice of an angel.
Oh, apple juice.
When's she coming
Cider
in
then.
When's the voice of an angel coming in?
Just
There,
watch
she's there,
yourselves.
there.
Watch
Is it right,
yourselves.
Brian?
Be careful, man. Be careful. She's right there.
Oh, look, before we
So-
start, just to let you know, folks, Brian at Heartwood Turning's on.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
get
got
notification.
notification of that.
Oh, that's good.
Got
You
got
got
notification.
notification. Wow. I'm impressed with that. Got a notification. Right, what we're doing tonight. Right, background you guys. Hallions, off you go.
Aye.
There you go. Right, it's just you and me now. So we're good to go. And let's have a look at the piece of wood that we're going to try and turn this evening. It's hashtag Goblet Week. Surprise, surprise. It's going to be a goblet. This is a piece of holly, which is it's 12 and a bit inches long. I'm not going to say the 1/3 number, just in case. And it is approximately 3.5 to 4 inches in diameter at that end, and slightly less at this end. It's got some great, lovely, knobbly bits on it, which I'm going to try and leave just to be different. So we'll worry about that end later. We're just going to work on this end first, and then we'll do the stem, and then we'll see what happens with this end. This may look a bit stupid, but we'll see how it goes. So first things first, we're going to knock off these knobs at this end a little bit, but I want to try and retain some of the character up there. So I'll get set up to turn at this end, get the middle of the tool rest and into the middle of the bit that we're actually going to work on. Lock everything down. And I'm going to use a 1/2 inch bowl gouge. Now this is a spindle orientation, but we're not using a spindle roughing gouge because of the knots. That could cause too much force on the tool and possibly break the tang on a spindle roughing gouge. So you've got something that's lumpy and bumpy like this, use bowl gouge. Don't be afraid. I'll put my face shield on just to begin with, and we'll crack on. Somebody can read out who's in.
I'll do it.
Go on, Joe.
Go on then, Joe.
Oh, we never guessed that, Joe. Go on, Joe.
No, funny that. So, good evening, everybody, and welcome. At the top of my chat, we have Wayne the Woodturner. Then we're going down to Michelle Oosby, Jennifer Crafts and Creations, Wivey Woodshed, Gary Glass, Richard Phelan, the Gentleman Woodturner, Eval Teckle Turning. That's supposed to be little.
Tackle.
Anyway,
We.
Paul Hoyton, the Greasy Turner. Got SK Crafts, but we know he's here. Go 60, Norman Greenwell, Ward Wilson, Paul Finley Wood turning at home, Barry Chitty, Nigel Foster. Have I said Norman Greenwell? I'm saying him again anyway, just in case.
More speed.
Got Wedge Woodworks. Is that Chase?
Chase is correct, yeah.
Yes, I remembered it. Susie Swiss Wood Turner, Woodworm Paul.
Little less speed, we've got a bit of vibration there.
Keeping going down. There's a lot of chat between everybody. Grandma Roof Tube. Hey Roof. James Crawford. Scott Dunn. We've got Turning Time Creations. I think that's a new one.
Turning Time
Hmm.
Creations.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a new name to me, yeah, I think.
Robert Buchanan.
Welcome. Welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome along.
Dara
more than welcome.
Coulon. Ah, they keep on coming. Keep on going. Wood Turnings by
Lynn's
Barry.
Handcraft. Lynn's
I missed that.
Handcrafters Wood Signs is new as well. No, you said that, but that's a new one as well, isn't it?
He was in
welcome,
news
Lynn.
on Sunday, was he not?
Yeah, he might have
Yes,
been
I believe
actually.
he was. Yes.
Anthony Green, Ian Cook, Douglas Mungham.
So, did I mention this was Holly?
Yes.
You did.
Is it green?
Brian
It still looks quite green.
It is green, yeah.
Yeah, Richard Fielding's asked that question. Is it green?
It was cut down about 3 months ago. So it's pretty green. It's been lying outside as well. I haven't done anything with it. Now, I'm tempted to leave all this
That's nice, that is.
Okay.
just as to make it totally different.
Feature. So it looks nice.
So there's
actually.
a
Hang on
there's
a
a
minute, hang on
question
a minute.
from Wedge Woodworks. Oh, go on, sorry.
Hang on a minute. I haven't finished yet.
Oh,
We've got Jewish
Go on then.
Shed, the Yorkshire
your finger out.
Git, Sean 108. Get lost, you. John Dunbar, Stephen Gordon. Let me finish first. John McDonald. Ultan Moore. That's a new name to me.
Vulcan Moore. No, I think I've heard that name before too somewhere.
I thought I'd heard of Ultan, but not Moore. Steve Hale. Wow.
So I've just changed over
Ah,
to
the Lens
Forstner bit.
Handcraft Creations you'll run about.
I'm going to
Yes.
hollow out the inside a little bit with the Forstner bit first, just to make it a little bit easier. So turn the speed right down.
Change camera.
Change camera to there. And then turn the speed up again to about 450, 500 will be fine. Unlock the quilt.
Okay. I'll keep going. I want to make stuff. I asked him. Kevin Howell. Graham Hayne. Malcolm Douglas. And that is it at the moment. 73 people in, Brian.
Excellent.
And,
Thank you very much.
oh, Brian Eltonera de Madeira. There we go. He's
Brian with a
turned
Y.
up.
Brian with a Y is in the
Oh.
house.
And he's got a question. He said, does it make any difference turning it upside down to the way it grew?
No.
Sometimes
Well,
if you're working a route, it matters. But normally you just look at the grain pattern of what you've got in front of you and go with the prettiest.
We'll see how far in that is.
Trouble
Joe,
is you
you
never
missed
know
me
what's
out.
underneath the bark. That's the trouble.
I think I'm in.
Pardon?
I think I'm here.
Pete's
You're
here. Oh, Pete.
Yeah, you missed me out, but I think I'm here.
No,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
weren't. You weren't on the list.
Oh, I've
Oh.
So
commented.
you must have moved up.
Oh, he's fell out the top. Is that what you're trying to say?
Ah,
Now, Malcolm
So Brian
Douglas
Gray-
is asking, have
So that's
you
not
had
too
a
bad.
call from Covent Garden yet, Joe? What's
yeah,
at
they
Covent
want to do
Garden?
some
Crowd
weeding.
I think it's saying about
Well,
crowd control, isn't it?
Something about needing new windows.
Brian Green's asking, is the holly dry? No, it's
No, it's wet.
about 3 months ago.
It's wet. It's yeah, it's wet.
Oh, yeah. Joe, you missed Dave Oakley as well.
No, he wasn't on the list. It's moved up, you see, so
Oh, I see.
it was above what I could see. It
Listen,
does
if your
that.
name's if your name has been called out, guys, stick it in the bottom of the chat. Give Joe a chance to.
So we've got Dave Oatey as well. There you
Hey,
go.
Dave.
Yeah, it started off at Wayne, so anybody above Wayne, it disappear.
Douglas was asking me, what's the difference in turning a root? Roots tend to be quite chaotic in their grain pattern, but they're also
All over
quite
the place.
distinctive. So if you do them upside down, they just don't look right.
If you have a look at, I did 3 in a series of turning a hawthorn root ball. There's 3 little balls. Well, 1 quite big ball and 2 smaller ones. Turned out of a hawthorn root, which was a bit difficult, I have to say. And Pete's absolutely correct. The root patterns are all over, the grain patterns everywhere. It's worse than a burr. So let's try and do a little bit more speed. Now this is almost it's just over. I nearly said it. It's just 12 inches over the. Oh, I don't like the sound of that already.
No, you're going to get
Try doing
vibration.
push cuts.
Push cuts.
No, shouldn't do.
Shouldn't really be doing push cuts.
Inside
Anyway.
Terry Bartlett's in. Good evening, Terry. How the devil are you?
But that is working a bit better, Steve, but I'm still going to get a lot of vibration, I think. So we just have
You
to,
will on that length.
just the length
You're a
of the
long way
blank
from
is
the
causing the
chuck,
problem.
aren't you?
So I'll just take little cuts till we get somewhere down to the rim size that we want.
Vibration's inevitable when you're doing that sort of work. You may have
Pretty
seen earlier,
steady.
my mouse fell off the top of the lathe because of it.
It is, but what I will do is I'll just check the tightness on the bottom of this chuck again because of the wetness in the timber. And make sure it doesn't come off. Hopefully make sure it doesn't come off. I'll maybe go with the Simon Hope. That's actually cutting very well, even though it is cutting against the way you should be cutting.
Because it's wet. Right?
It's because it's wet, yeah. So I'm actually getting away with that okay. So
The holly likes to cut anyway.
You could use the Simon Hope 6mm cutter from inside out.
I will in a second, once I get in a bit deeper.
Jim Matthew.
Barry's wood
Yeah.
creations. Did you say Barry's wood creations?
I didn't know he wasn't in the chat, but
No, she's
Jim
not
obviously
taking
was
notice.
earlier on.
Douglas
Dara
Dunham
Coolin
said,
says
Brian,
pro-
no steady rest.
It's not heard.
I
Oh, yes.
don't think I need it.
Nice light cut. Nice light cut should be all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just need to take my time. It's a little bit more speed maybe.
Oh,
I've
Dara
had
says, I heard,
intentions of making a steady rest from my lathe since I bought the lathe.
Still have
I
a
haven't done it yet.
Asher Cuddy sheds. Did you say that, Joe?
Hi, Ash.
no,
the,
Ash must have been higher up
evening.
as well.
Yeah.
Hi, Ash at
Just brilliant.
County Shed. Hi, Ash.
the problem with a steady rest, I'm going to use
Tommy's
the Simon
workshop.
Hope.
We miss Tommy.
No,
Oh,
Sorry,
Joe.
Tommy.
I will
I've gotta
tell
use
them.
this-
that
Joe
I'll-
missed you, Tommy. Sorry about that.
I'm going to use the Simon Hope mini or hollower.
You have to get her trained.
It's not the mini hollower, it's the Hollow Pro, but it's still a 6mm cutter.
Yeah, that's quite
bloody
lovely. That
Lamb to the slaughter. You all volunteer me, and then you
slam to
curse
the
me for not
lauder.
Eh?
Trevor P. Hobby Turner's just joined us.
Joe, we
Ah,
have
of
to
course.
because
You'll leave
if
it
you
to
don't
her.
want an SK114.
Gas to get one, Joe. Just
So what we'll do
That's
is
quite good,
we'll
actually.
try and get this
14
in.
minutes.
Neil M's in.
Hi, Neil.
We'll try and
That's it,
finish
say all
this rim
the easy
edge
ones.
first. So as we're getting closer towards the chuck all the time. And not
So
have to come
Susie's
all the way
asked the
back out
question.
here again.
Susie's asked a question. If you were to trim the knobbly bits up the bottom of the goblet a bit, would that reduce the vibration at the top? No, I don't think it would.
No. It's the length, sheer length of it off the chuck is causing the vibration.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I
What
mean,
you're
it
trying
is
to say.
12 inches over the chuck, like. So,
Yeah.
12 plus
Okay.
1. The baker's dozen over the top.
Anything more than sort of 4 inches away from the chuck, you will get a vibration. It's a question of right touch to minimise it. And speed to hide what you're doing.
Hide what you're doing. Ian Cook's just
Steve Cook. I'm just going to wait until Steve makes a lathe steady for the buddy range in the buddy range.
Buddy
You could be
range.
waiting a while, Ian.
oh,
We're all waiting for that,
Ian.
Ian.
There we go. Yeah.
Now we have a person here whose name is Brian Needs an SK114. Good evening all.
Oh, Brian.
Evening
What was
all.
that about? What was that about? An
Somebody just joined the
SK114?
chat. Somebody's just joined the chat, and his name is Brian Needs an SK114. Good evening, all.
Nah, that's that Andy fella again, lately.
He must have about 84,000 different accounts.
Andy, the woodwork learner. Who must have a must have. He must just change his channel name to suit himself.
No, it's saying nope.
It takes a bit to do that, Mark.
Oh, I know it might be.
Might be Glynis.
No. Natalia. Lionel's in.
Natalia Delia.
And Fred
Yeah.
Gilliver is in.
Hi, Fred.
Not Fred. Hello, Lionel.
And
Hello,
Making a lot
Lewis.
of noise. I can hardly hear
Lewis,
what's
you call me
happening.
a Grassman's in. Gotcha.
Yeah, Michael Stratton's in.
All coming in now,
Oh.
Brian. I've heard this
Yeah,
could fly.
it's just
Lewis, have you got your premiere ready for tonight?
it's actually just come loose on the chuck.
Better have.
I
Look
can
at that.
Yeah,
Well,
what happened with the
chuck
SK114?
loose.
Let me just show you that. Look, see, it's just unscrewed itself.
Yeah, what
Chuck
happened with
house.
the SK114?
No, I wouldn't. Definitely wouldn't.
I'm going to say no because I just agree
Put
with
the
everybody.
obviously put the lock in and then tighten the chuck up.
Callum Petrie's in. Evening all. Just got him.
I could do the
Keep
little
on
unscrew
Scotland.
with that.
Yeah,
No, I wouldn't
but
bother
also
with that. Just tighten the
put
chuck
the
up
lock
again
in.
and you'll be right.
and then push the chuck with a chuck key tight.
Good evening, Callum.
Should be all right.
Tighten it up with a
Cool.
chuck key.
Should be all right.
Well,
You can't do that with a chuck key on this one, Terry. Doesn't work. It's got that round ball thing. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, it's a horrible thing in it.
Yeah. Wouldn't be a problem with SK114.
No. Change your camera.
Thanks, Terry.
That's right. You're welcome.
So it's because I'm right in the middle in the slow bit. I'm trying to, and I've got the cutter right over almost 45 degrees to take as little a cut as I can. And it's still making that horrible noise.
John Dunbar's in. He's
As if
asking
it-
what hollowing tool are you using, Brian?
It's a Simon Hope Hollow Pro, which is a 19mm bar with a 6mm cutter on the end. And I'm using it on the medium, no, the large handle.
Gary, have some faith. I'm just wondering which camera's going to give the best view when it flies off. That's not very nice.
Well,
Gary.
this one is Gary, because when it flies, it's going to smash the overhead up. Sean 108's just.
Oh, Sean.
It wouldn't
Gareth
be
said he's
smart.
never had a chuck unscrewing forward. It's vibration that's causing it. That's all.
Yeah, it is the vibration causing it.
And Nigel Foster,
Nigel
asked
Foster
if it's a
wants to
round
know.
tool. Yes, it is a round tip and it's a 6mm diameter.
There's the
Yeah, so Sean 108. So Sean 108 says, I take it once it's taken out of the chuck, it's hard to find a center point. Yeah, it's hard to find the balance point again.
That's the
Yeah.
6mm
Andrew
cutter
from
on the end of the bar.
GK Woodworks is in. Hello, Andrew.
Good evening.
Hi, Andrew. And
Getting
Chase
somewhere.
is saying hashtag broken goblet weight. Oh,
Ah, hey,
possibly.
hang on, Jason. Give it 10 to get away. Give him 10 to get away. But don't forget,
Fly.
he's got another 12 inches to play with, so he can have a short goblet. 8 inch.
I
Hashtag
got
goblet
away with that
wigs.
breaking mine
Give
today.
Yeah, there's lots of room for this to go
Hash-
wrong, guys. I mean, lots of room.
hashtag goblet wig. It gives you wings.
I did invite Mr.
Flying
Walt
goblet.
to come in,
Flying goblet. week.
but he refused. He refused to come in.
Oh,
I think he's
Is it?
afraid of
Donna's
lipstick,
in.
Mick.
On
Hi,
of
Love Angel.
Love
Hi,
Angels
Donna.
in.
I just
Hi,
double
Donna,
checked
how you
that
doing?
chucking point again, make sure it was still tight.
Mm.
Got a little bit. We're okay at this end. Just need to fix that rim a wee bit. Oh, that's not good.
What could you
Better
do
fix
with
that
that?
now, actually.
We cut that off with a skew, can you?
Not having a round top roll
Slicing
top
cut.
rim then. Bro.
Slicing cut right down through.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Nice.
Yeah, go on then. We'll try that. And for a laugh, Terry.
Howard?
Well, we've got a bit of bark inclusion here, so it's
It
getting
doesn't
kind of
matter.
thin
You'll
just here. Look.
slice it right down through there, won't it? Be nice.
All right.
Yeah, just
Well,
take,
you might
just
want to
take
take
the edge
more
off.
off then.
Ben. Ben says, I
Hi,
have
Ben.
faith in you, Brian. I'd have more faith if you were using an SK114, mind you.
Oh,
How did I know he was going to that?
You've done well. That was
Right.
14 minutes before anybody mentioned the SK114.
Was it?
it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite good. Really.
You've got 87 people watching, Brian.
Only problem is what happens when he buys one.
How many
You
have you
can't.
got watching, Joe?
Nobody else seen
87.
it.
87. Thanks very much, guys. I really do appreciate that. I've got a thick bit just about here. So I'll have
Thank
to work
everybody
on
for
that for a
coming
minute.
in.
Michael Stratton says, I would suggest
What?
it's because you're a long way from the headstock, Brian. Yep.
I would
Yep.
suggest that's
Exactly.
that's,
Yeah.
that's about the best suggestion I've heard so far this evening.
Norman Greenwell says he's doing a 3-cornered bow from a 6-inch cube of oak. And the tenon
Wow.
failed, took the skin off his elbow.
Oh, yeah, they can be a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
Now you see,
Okay.
there's something I
What?
haven't made yet.
Brian Green has said, "Can I
Challenging.
ask what an SK114 is?"
It's a chuck,
It's a
Brian.
Who said that?
from Axminster.
Brian
From
Green.
Axminster, Brian.
It's a stainless steel made out of a solid piece of metal. Stainless steel chuck from Axminster. It's 114mm diameter, and it knocks
Apparently.
spots off the chuck Brian's using there.
Apparently, it's supposed to be the best thing since sliced bread.
That's what
Best
Aston
chuck in the
says.
world,
Best
says
chuck
Aston.
in the world. There you go. Got to have the
He's
best.
only got 3 of them. I've only got 2. Mark's only got 4.
Oh,
Brian hasn't got one.
I can't afford them. I'm only an old pensioner.
Well, old. Except
half.
Have you seen the price of them?
£300.
They have gone up quite a lot
£329.
since I bought mine, I've got to say.
Oh, that's much better. I'm just going to use a little scraper down in the bottom just to finish off the bottom edge. Just a
Benjamin
1
said-
inch.
Brian, it's like what Brian has, only way better and trendy.
Oh, trendy. Oh, it's trendy now, is it?
Trendy.
Andy Wilbert Learner's joined us.
Hi, Andy.
Instead of being Brian the SK114, he's changed his name back.
Richard says he likes his Vic Mark 120s.
They're nice too.
They are. To be honest, there's actually absolutely nothing wrong with what Brian's using, apart from
No.
the fact it does give us something to tease him about.
If he gets one, then we won't know what to do, will we?
Yeah, you'll find something else.
Oh, we've got Woodwork SK114 saying hi to everybody.
Something loose there. I don't know what it is. It's not that. So it has to be that again.
Yeah, it will, because if you vibrate, the spindle will run faster, so it'll get loose.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of slowing it down on the inside, and the spindle's trying to unwind itself. It should actually be tightening itself, shouldn't it?
Should be.
Should be.
It's just
It's a
vibration.
vibration that's vibrating loose.
It is.
Michael Stratton
so
says,
that's,
taking a notice, Brian. The Vic Mark makes the best chucks, so now you got to buy both.
No.
To tell us which
To
is good.
compare.
The answer to that is no.
Well, how much are Vic Marks?
I don't know.
No
300
idea.
quid.
No idea. So, I'm going to sand this a little bit now on the inside.
Good afternoon, Greg Alexander.
Good
Price of
afternoon.
a good chuck is completely irrelevant. Good chuck will last your lifetime.
I'm going to use my sanding stick here. So, I've got a little stick, a double-ended jobby, so you can put a piece of sandpaper in the slot at this end, or it's got Velcro on the other end. Stick a little pad on this end, and then stick a piece of sandpaper on the pad. If you can get it to go on the pad correctly, of course. Turn the speed down again. And I'll give that quite a quick sand. It's liable to clog the sandpaper relatively quickly because it's damp. Got more speed than that.
Woodwork SK114 says, "Are you sure you're not turning in reverse?" No, because he is
What?
getting a cut. I have
Yeah.
tried to turn in reverse by
I've done that by mistake. Just
by
the once.
mistake, but also by sabotage.
Who
And,
would have sabotaged you, Pete?
we were doing a demo thing, and there was a
Somebody
couple of
been
us
click.
turning, and they flicked the switch just for a laugh. And I stood there thinking, why won't?
I was going to blame Mark there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was Mark's fault. He wasn't there at
Alright.
the time, but it was still Mark's fault.
He may not have been in the country, but it's still Mark's fault.
Douglas Mungham was suggesting taking the grub screw in the chuck.
Yeah. Dara suggested that
Yeah,
earlier.
that is a sensible thing to do, but it's not necessary really at this stage. We're almost past the vibration bit.
So I'm just going to sand this edge and see can I get to be sort of half decent before I have to take my skew to it on Terry's say so.
Yeah, just cut it over the skew. Nice, beautiful cut.
No, I think it'll be fine. Oh, it looks immaculate. Just go a
40
little bit
grit
with the
sandpaper
grain.
and wonderful. Cut the outside with the skew, the bowl.
This bit, well,
Yeah.
now that I've got rid of all the, we've got a bit of up and down in here though, Terry.
Oh, you don't want to lose that, do you?
I want to try and keep that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to make it a little bit thinner, but not much.
It's also got quite a few knots in that bit, so skew wouldn't be appropriate there.
Yeah, not, there's
Might
1,
tear it out
2,
a bit.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Mm,
9, 10 knots in it.
I mean, the skew would work, but it would be cruel to the skew.
Yeah.
Pete, your mic is breaking up a little bit, mate.
Not to mention me.
It'd be cruel for Brian
just-
as well.
Yeah, not
Just
to
every
mention me.
just every now and again.
80, 120.
The colour in this, Brian, or are we leaving
This
it?
is-
Well, we'll see, because I mean it's holly.
Yellow
it's
and black,
usually
isn't it?
pretty. Yellow and black, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Mark's favourite colours, yeah.
You're never going to live that down now.
Oh no,
No.
So,
that's a bit
so
like
Lewis
Mike.
says
That's a bit like
premieres.
Mike Waltz dropping a goblet, isn't it? So
So Lewis says his premiere set for tonight, usual time.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
loading it up because he's late again.
Yeah, he's
When
late
it's
again.
loaded, Lewis, please give us a link.
it might be set, but is it actually there yet?
No.
No, ain't there yet. He's got the time. He ain't got nothing else.
It's got to load first. That could take an hour.
Again, a little bit with the grain just to try and get rid of any.
I like that
extremes.
idea, Brian, with the old soft sponge on it.
Works a treat because it kind of conforms to the shape of the bowl, if you like, or the shape of the cup. In this
Yep.
case,
I don't know what that is, Jennifer. What you've
Nor do I. Put it on anyway.
is the Baileys working early or
Bailey's are working well. By the way, just to let everybody know, Jennifer was the first one in,
She was,
Earlier.
yes.
but Joe read out Wayne was first, but it was actually
Just
Jennifer.
you watch yourself, Bray.
It was Jennifer. She was first in.
So Gary Glass is asking any Bernie
William
on it.
Kenny's in. Hello, William.
No,
Good
there won't be
evening,
any
William.
burning tonight, I don't think. I'm not so sure Holly takes burning, does it?
Oh, it'll crack quite quick. Wood dude's in as well,
that's what I
Stephen.
would think. Hi,
Brian,
Stephen.
Hi,
Good evening,
Stephen.
Yes,
Stephen.
Oh, not past
Is
the
your
line.
half an hour notification.
Oh,
The
this is
crack of the
going to be a
can.
long- This could be a long one, boys. Sorry.
The crack of the
that's all right. I
can.
got several cans. Not a problem.
He's brought the whole.
Benjamin, I reckon Brian would be good at cleaning toilets with his stick.
Yeah.
Well, considering I used to be a building supervisor in a school, which is the posh name for a caretaker, yeah, I've cleaned an odd toilet in my time.
Latrines at 30 feet.
And I didn't spend 24 and a half years in the army without cleaning
I was
the
just
toilet
gonna
too
say.
as well.
You was in the army, so when you on your way up to where you got to, Brian, you must have been made to clean a toilet.
Yeah, just once or twice, Terry. Particularly when you first start off. As a grunt.
Yeah. What am I doing today, Sarge? Cleaning the toilets.
Toilets. Your block job this week is toilets. Again? Yep.
Yeah. Make sure you use his toothbrush this time.
Get on with it.
Now, Woodwork Learner saying, just asking for my friends at the Deaf Society. Joe, will you be singing tonight?
Hopefully
Don't
not.
know yet.
Andy.
I have
Andy.
no idea. I have no
Andy.
idea what we're doing with finish or anything on this.
Well,
I
if
think
there's
maybe
colour on
because
it,
it's
not
wet.
likely.
Because it's wet, it may. I don't know
Yeah.
if I'll colour it or not. It may just get oiled to try and seal some of the
I was gonna
moisture
say, it might
in,
be better
so as
actually,
it
'cause
comes
it's
out
wet, isn't it?
slowly, you know.
Yeah.
So that's 240. We'll just give it a quick rub with 400 there, just to be safe on the safe side in case we do colour.
Yeah.
Actually, very easy to sand, I have to say.
I like Holly because
Right,
it's nice and white. Pure white now,
Mm,
normally.
Well, this is not so white, Terry. I'm surprised at this. It's
Probably all the
maybe,
nuts in it,
maybe,
really.
maybe
Very
because it's not
green.
dry.
Mm.
Should do. Yeah, we'll just give it a bit of a rub with the grain.
Stephen the Wood Dude said he's also drinking adult beverages this evening. But his
Oh,
came
good
in
man.
glass, not aluminium. That's because he's charges all these people royalties, including me, for nicking his ideas. And he can afford glass ones. I'm skint. I got
Yeah,
gotta keep
You
having
got
to
just
pay
go with the
Stephen.
cans, Pete.
Yeah.
right. Now, let's see, is my little tool going to fit in there?
Tommy's Workshop says, as it's wet, do you think the holly will go grey, Brian?
Yep.
It can do.
Don't know. Probably.
You can bleach it quite successfully. I've done that a few times.
That'll be fine. So that's just an Axminster chuck, or an Axminster live center with a cone in it. So it is. And it's only there just to provide a little bit of support, not too much. So I'm not really pushing this way. It's just kind of sitting there. Just lock that off. That's okay. Happy with that.
oh,
That's
Right,
a bit
back to here
harsh,
again.
Good
Ben.
one, Ben. Bit harsh, but maybe true.
I
Nah,
need to
he's
take
on
that
the
back
list
out
now.
again.
That's enough. He's on the list.
Take that back out just for a second. Do a little bit of measuring.
Ben's made the list, team. Ben's made the
Oh
list.
no, it's on the list because I did a little bit extra hauling there. So let me see where I is. Head on the side of caution.
down to the chuck.
So we're only hauled to there. So we can afford to leave it there and just come in a bit. Let me just mark that on my tool rest. So there. We'll just put a pencil line on the tool rest.
Lewis
He's
is asking,
asking-
will this be an extra long stem?
Yeah, from here to about here from. So now we're going to try and put a nice finishing cut on the end of this.
You know, I
It's
always
okay.
tell you to
This-
put a pencil mark so you don't get too close to the chuck.
Yes, mate.
This time, go close to the chuck.
I'm going to try and leave as much of that as I can.
Really, really close to the chuck.
No,
Yeah, leave that bottom pretty much as it is, as the base of it. Just
so let's just try and take a little cut down here. Oh, wait a minute, what am I doing that for? Earworms, you're sacked. I forgot my support. You're supposed to keep me right, you people. Disc. That might be better.
I'm going to blame the three fellows who know what you're doing.
well, actually, no, it's Mark's fault.
Fair enough.
I should have warned you, but we didn't read it in the chat. So what's that? What can we say?
Now, Ultan's asking, is there any superstitions around some timbers? I once turned a ball out of hawthorn.
Lovely
gone
wood
on
that
to
is
say-
to turn. Nothing wrong with
My
that.
sister wouldn't accept it and asked me to make her another one out of a different timber.
Don't know. I said no.
People have lots of superstitions. The only ones that matter to me is the ones I pay more for. They tell me they're going to pay me extra for a particular timber, they'll get it.
Don't tell me I've got loads of hawthorn to turn. Don't tell me this superstition about them.
Not that I know of. I mean, I've got loads of it too.
I actually
Edges
like
upon
turning a
edges of
hawthorn.
it.
But there are
Brian
some
with a
people
Y
have,
suggests.
go on, Terry.
Brian with a Y suggests that when he was a kid in Cub Scouts, he was taught that holly used to be used for kettle handles, as it didn't transfer the heat. Don't know if that's true.
There's not
That's
many
interesting.
timbers that do transfer heat, but
That could well be true.
Yeah. Aston says, did Brian remember to monetize it today? I reckon he did. He got this big sign.
Yep. Guess what I forgot
And
to
to
do?
record.
I forgot
Press
to press the
record.
record button.
Oh, no way.
That's because you guys kept me talking.
Dara said to remind you, and I did.
I'll press it now. There you go.
Well, no
Just
point
so as in
doing it
case.
now.
Well, just in case it comes off now.
Yeah, but YouTube's going to have it all anyway. You can download it, can you?
I can download the first bit, yeah. So I'm staying away from up here because I don't really want to take any more off that.
Brian Green says that no one here will accept a bowl made out of a tree that fell on a house. Oh, we'd have the whole tree.
Yep, me too.
Easier to get at when it's down.
Yeah, me too. Much more fun when it's
Might
down.
pick up some. Might put some obsolete furniture with it and all.
I think that's okay.
Stephen the Wood Dude's got
Dara
another
said,
thing on his
"Same happened
market
to me
now.
all the time." When I asked
So
if it was a
there's-
superstition, he said no. It's a
So there's
bowl. But I'm not going to put that
bowl.
word in.
so there's a tiny little bit of a branch
A knot.
inclusion just there, which is about to fall out.
Oh, well.
Ooh.
The Wood
Oh,
Dude,
Michael-
Stephen is saying that he's now selling anti-superstition wood mojos.
Glue it in, Brian.
I think I should glue that in.
Yeah, Dara super glue.
So Tommy's
Just give
workshop.
it a
So
tiny
Tommy's
little bit of,
workshop's just put apparently hawthorn should never be brought into the home. Hawthorn is a
Oh,
witch's
right.
wood.
Oh.
Nothing wrong. What if you're a witch? You want to bring it in the house?
Then,
don't you?
then you bring it into the home.
I know. I know a few witches.
So do I.
Careful now, careful.
No comment. No comment.
Watch yourselves. Michael Stratton
Wesley Hannah's
says, I
in.
hear UKISS could be on again next year, Joe,
There we go.
at Coventry, but under a different name.
Mm.
Oh, I wonder where you've heard that from, Michael.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Hmm.
Say
Interesting.
hello to Wesley Hannah, everybody. Hello, Wesley.
I
Oh,
was
Wesley.
Hi,
Can't
Wesley.
stay but a couple of minutes as he's about to leave for work. This time
well,
difference.
please put your thumbs up before
New
you go to
shift is
work.
killing
Oh.
the live watching.
Yeah, click the thumbs up before you go to work.
Yeah, click thumbs up on the way out.
There were 13 thumbs up before this started.
Yeah, well,
I'm not going to complain about that.
They was liking
One was
pizza at
mine.
lunchtime. That's what it was.
Thank you very much for your trust. Those who did give it a thumbs up
Oh,
before
great.
you even seen anything.
All the
Give that.
You're
you
welcome,
know,
Can anybody
Brian.
tell
morbid
me?
people are coming out now.
Anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me what death smells like? Hawthorn
Smells like
I would
death.
flowers
say hawthorn flowers.
are
I'll
the
tell you what. I'll tell you what.
Flowers
meant to
and-
smell like death, says Tommy.
I'll tell you what death smells like. Lilies.
What?
Yeah,
Lilies. That's what death smells like.
Oh,
Lily's what?
Lilies.
Oh, lily.
the flower.
What
Terry.
is it? Never smelt that. Well, smelt
Terry.
lilies.
Shocking, Terry. I can't believe you said that. I think that needs a little bit of skew action down there.
Stephen likes Hawthorn. He says because he's been smoking witches for years.
Smoking witches. Oh dear, Stephen. From there, just down into there, I think. Let's try that.
And Alton says his sister always associated Hawthorn with fairy trees.
That is the truth. I have 2 fairy trees on on the property that I farm. I laughingly call it a farm. Laughingly.
Benjamin says, isn't the yew tree, the yew wood, a wood of death, given that it's used in graveyards?
actually,
Yeah, it was
it's the exact
for-
opposite. It's because it lives for so long.
Yeah,
It's the tree of everlasting life.
life.
Correct.
That's why it's in graveyards. And you know what they call the widowmaker? The ash tree. Because you never know when it's going to split, and if you're chopping one down with a chainsaw, it could spin round and spear you. There's lots of tree surgeons who've been killed by the ash tree.
Yeah.
Splitting. That's
oh,
why it's
well, it's
nicknamed the
just a nice
widowmaker.
subject
Well, just,
info.
I was offered a complete ash tree 2 days ago,
Well,
but I can't collect it.
because
And the woman wanted it away because I've no tow bar in my car. And the woman wanted it away, so
Yeah.
you got that with the
Yeah,
Can you
tractor.
take a tractor?
well I could have, but it's 10 miles away and I don't want to drive my tractor all that distance. My tractor only does about 12 miles an
Why
hour,
not
guys.
get back?
Downhill with a following wind.
2-hour round trip plus 2 hours to put it in.
Right, let's
You like that then, Richard? Richard feeling of that
no,
instead?
no. It's in Dundrum, so Richard wouldn't have got it.
What you got to do now is find out the guy that picked it up and ask him for some.
So we'll just quickly sand this off now. And that'll be the cup finished.
That's fucking nice.
Except for a finish.
looking lovely.
Well, it's a very simple shape, guys. Just keeping the shape nice and simple.
Dara's asking, Brian, don't you own a horse trailer?
I do. But currently I don't have a car that'll tow it.
Think next week you'll be getting a trailer hitch on your new car.
Well, I don't really use the horse trailer anymore because I don't take my horses anywhere. I don't go to competitions or anything like that. So if I do need it, I get my sister-in-law to pull it for me. Quite happy with that, just right down in the corner there. But I can't really get right into the corner either to sand it properly. So I'll have to
There's
do
a
a
lot
little
of
bit more
comments about
sanding.
you being in graveyards, but it was farmed. You was farmed for making longbows
Mm.
It was.
So there are actual farms of yew, particularly in Wales. It's just that the old yew trees, the big ones, tend to be in graveyards because they were planted and left alone.
Correct. That's why some of them are a huge age.
Ben Green wants to know the advantage of using that sander, Brian, as opposed to a power sander.
For the outside of a bowl, I tend to use this because I feel it's more controllable. But for the inside, I use a power sander. And the reason for that is when you get to the center of a bowl or a hollow form, well, not a hollow form so much, but a bowl, the middle is going a whole lot slower than the outside. So the power sander is actually rotating at a steady speed and sands better. This, on the inside of a bowl, slows away down to almost nothing. In fact, it will stop in the middle. But on the outside, it works a treat. And you can, depending on what side you use, depends which way the thing spins. So you can spin it with the sand, with it. So you're sanding with the rotation. Or if you use this side, it's sanding against the rotation. So basically sanding in reverse, if you like. The sandpaper is now coming up to meet the wood as it comes over.
Ben Jammer's got a very good point, Brian. He said you could sell the trailer and get a... I'll let you think of the rest.
Let's get one for.
I don't know how you work that out, Brian.
I could, but I'm not gonna. There's some beautiful green pattern in here too. I don't know where that's coming from.
John McDonald was asking, why didn't you harness your horses to the tree? Could have towed it back.
Could have.
And Stephen the Wood Dude said, what about a captive ring on the bottom? No, Stephen. Behave.
Stephen,
Stop swearing, Stephen.
another mention of a captive
Any
ring.
more
You're getting
swear
time
words
right.
like that?
I've got a captive ring tool up there that I bought. Anybody want to buy one? Because I'm not
Yorkshire.
going to use it again.
The Yorkshire Git says, and it's tradition for a yew sprig to be chucked into a
That'll do.
Freemason's grave.
Is it now?
Yeah, they usually chuck a Freemason in with it.
Usually he's in the grave. And he...
Yeah, it'd be pretty pointless on the Freemason's grave without a Freemason in it right now. Oh, look, that's not going to work, is it?
Andy,
Andy.
Let's go there.
Brian, how do you manage to do some lovely pieces with all the help from the earworms?
Because I've got used to it. They're usually really helpful, to be honest.
Oh, thanks.
Usually.
He did say usually.
Now, do we decorate the stem in any way?
Do we?
Do we? What do you think?
Do I?
Well, it's a
We're
kind of
doing it,
wee
Brian.
thing when you
you
guys are
fancy-
here. So,
You fancy
wee-
decorating it? You decorate it, mate.
I kind of need to get down around first. So let's
Just
get
don't
down around.
just don't go too thin with it. Because A, it's wet and it's long. So
I
try
know,
not to
just
get
try-
a 2 millimeter spin.
What I'm trying to do is get rid of the shadow. Can you guys see the shadow there? You can, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, whoops.
Yeah, just remove that and it stops it jarring.
Looking good. So far.
I don't know why I fell off that cut there.
Not concentrating.
Must be a knot or something in there.
Brian,
too.
I just suggest that you don't taper that down any further. Just take it down to round at that point.
Here.
Yeah, but just where the front of that bark is, take it down parallel to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then start working the stem from there. Just Just take the rough bits off up to that.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going to end up with a weak point whilst you're still trying to get the knob pulled off it.
Yeah, you don't want it to snap.
Well, it's don't bite, of course.
Is that what you mean there, Pete?
Yeah, just where's the length of your stem going to be?
Let's stop and have a look. So I think the stem needs to be the size of the cup. So it's going to have to come way down here.
I would go a bit further
But further down here.
and a little bit further.
Oh no,
See that branch that's sticking out?
this one here.
Yeah, cut that in half and make that the bottom of your goblet and leave that branch
that-
sticking out.
Make that
Make
the
that
bottom of the
feature of it.
goblet.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the base then.
Yeah, so you've got that nice
this
natural
is
shape
too-
at the bottom.
This is too big then.
No, because there's only going to be that one side sticking out. You can shape the rest of it a bit.
Okay.
You're right. Because
Right,
it's
so
going to be an odd shape.
So stem down to about here then. And then
Stephen
branch out
suggests we could have a
transition.
double-ended goblet.
Oh, no,
Yeah, the trouble with
then-
that is you get wet shoes when you try to drink.
you do, aye. So I think stem down to about there then.
Now I take
then
the stem right down to about there, where that pencil mark is.
There.
Stem down to there.
Pete's, yeah, Pe-
I thought.
Pete's
you
saying
said
leave
that
the
was
bottom
gonna
bit
be
as it is.
Make
It's
it
the
fat.
base.
All right,
That's the
got you.
bottom
So
of the
this is going
stem.
to be the base. And you want me to take the base from here up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm going to leave
That's what
that as
Pete's
the.
saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I misunderstood that, Pete. I thought you meant cut it off there.
Bye-bye,
No,
Wesley.
Right.
No,
Okay.
just
See that, Wesley?
Got it now. Right. What am I going to do here now?
Ben's suggesting you could leave the base and call it an emerging goblet.
An emerging gob. So you could run it.
Bye, Wesley.
Bye, Wesley. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate it.
have a good day at work, Wesley.
Spindle cage.
Where
Spindle
was
cage.
that?
You really hate to
Spindle
upset people, Pete.
Skinny little. Have a good day at work. Yeah.
Good day. It's never a good day at work.
I've
The
had
only
lots
good
of
days when
at
you
work.
finish work.
Freshly sharpened spindle gauge.
I've had loads of good days at work.
Well, we put a lot of
Nice
that
little
feature in
guys,
here.
isn't it?
So we'll bring this off the end here. And then just put a little fillet in there.
Brian Green, this live started at 8 o'clock UK time.
Pete had put a nice little ball in his today, didn't he?
He did. It was very nice.
I did, and I would have put another one in there, but I had a knot in the base of the first ball, and I
So
erred
if I
on the
go
side
there
of caution from there on.
and take
Where'd
this
you
down
live,
a bit.
Brian Green? And we can tell you.
Stephen said, a wise turn once said, too many earworms spoil the goblet. Just saying.
Oh,
That's
that's my
true.
role.
When you're sort of throwing design ideas around, it's kind of
Yeah,
not good
but
on life.
I kind of like
Brian
the
likes a
process.
challenge. He likes
I
the
like the
challenge.
process, though. I like the process.
Yeah.
Of throwing ideas about trying it
well,
and see what happens.
And we
Yeah,
actually
see,
do
that's-
this when we're not live. We just have a little workshop hangouts, and
Yeah.
you got a piece of wood in front of you. You just throw a question out of what do you reckon I should do here,
Yeah,
and you
good
get
fun.
different inputs, different ideas.
Monday, Brian.
Good fun.
So I like that shape now. I like that.
That's good. Yeah.
And I'm going to make this bit here a little bit rounder if I can.
6 hours behind Brian.
That way.
Mondays, Brian.
And then just bring that in there.
Yeah, we're on the same day, Brian, but
Where is Brian from?
West
West
Coast
Coast of
Canada.
Canada, so he's about 6 hours, 6 hours behind.
Dara said
It's nice. Well, I need to make that a bit
6 hours
smaller. I
ahead.
think.
Or 6 hours behind us, rather.
Yeah, Dara says she's 6 hours ahead. She's not 6 hours behind.
No, she said 6 hours ahead of her.
So how about that?
Okay.
Does that look all right?
I like that, yeah.
Yeah. Looks gobblishy.
I kind of like that because that's where you put your finger.
Brian,
Well, yes.
can I suggest that you should finish your cup completely now?
Yeah, I probably should. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I wonder if I
I
give
personally
that
do
a nice-
nothing with it.
You-
with that
You
character.
can't
on there.
really grit it because it's got that bark on it.
No,
You
I
don't want
can't
to put
do
that in the
I
bark.
wouldn't grid it. I would be
I'd oil
going
it.
for
Oil.
Let me just sand it up to 4. Now that I've got a bit more room down
Lemon
here,
oil.
yeah.
I'll
Maybe
do a
about
bit of
400
400
and then lemon oil, maybe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or something like that.
just to seal it all off.
If you don't oil
It's
it,
only-
that's
it's
gonna
only up to
crack open,
180
isn't it, as a
currently.
dry.
Yeah, if you put lemon oil or something on it, that'll seal it in, seal the moisture in. That'll get the drive slower.
Yeah.
And hopefully not crack.
Holly's terrible for cracking when it's thin.
Yeah. Right, so I just need a little bit of.
Oh, by
sanding
Glyn. Glyn's
just
off.
there.
Not using grit. He's off.
Benjamin said, it's okay, Brian Oosby's internet is usually 6 years behind. He said that. He said
6
hours,
years?
but you know,
Actually, he had the man around today or yesterday.
I had a man round on
Fixed it.
Saturday
Fixed it.
who checked everything in the house, and he said everything in the house is 100%. It must be outside. So I had another man round today from BT OpenReach.
Said it's all inside.
As soon as he came in the house, changed the box. You know, the little BT box that comes in when he first comes into the house. He changed that, and then he says, yeah, I understand that it's kind of just messing about and here, there, and everywhere. I'll go up to the exchange now, and I'll, or the green box, the green cabinet, and I'll change something up there. And then he phoned me from the exchange to say, I've just changed your, I forget what he called it, port or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Changed you onto a new port. And I did a speed test, and it was at 22 meg when I normally get somewhere about 10.
So it doubled it.
So it kind of doubled the speed. And I think today, this evening, my picture should be good, I think.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
yeah, it is good.
So the
Very
internet
stable.
the internet is going very good today. And I was getting something like 5.6, no, sorry, 6.5, I think it was, of an upload speed, which is huge for me.
Can I just say, we're turning by Barry's going now. He's going to have to have a shower. He says he's off
Barry.
to hospital tomorrow. Take
Good
care,
luck, Barry.
Barry, and hope all the operation goes well for you.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
luck, mate.
all the very
Good
Yeah,
luck,
best.
good luck,
Barry.
Barry.
We'll be thinking of you, buddy.
We'll see you on the other side,
We'll see
mate.
you on the other side.
Yep.
Take your iPad.
Yeah.
Take your iPads right.
Talk to us.
Now, Woodwork Learner says you won't get far enough away if Joe sings though, Glenn. Is that what
That's
you, Joe?
Moivy said, don't worry, Glenn, I've nearly finished my aluminium tin, which is about 5 years old. So he's about to buy a plastic one.
Oh my goodness,
Ooh.
it's breaking out.
He
Right,
uses
so
a lot of it then,
400
doesn't he?
grit.
Brian,
He uses a lot, Andrew.
Yes, man. Go away, you. So we'll just rub it a little bit with the grain, but then the grain's all over the place, so kind of random there.
That's right.
Take that away.
Chris from
Lemon-
Bailey Woodworks
lemon
is
oil.
here.
Hello, Chris.
Good evening,
Hi,
Chris.
Chris.
So we're going with lemon oil then, are we? I need a little brush to put lemon oil on with.
Well, any sort of oil, Brian, or I think, you know.
Well, I think we'll go with lemon
Help
oil
us
just
serve the
because it
word.
smells nice.
Yeah.
Switch the extractor off so as I get the
That's a-
smell off it.
very good reason.
Oh, that's
Have you got no citrus
Smelling
burnishing
nice.
oil?
I have. I haven't
Yeah.
used it yet, but I have opened it and sniffed it a
Yeah.
few times.
Oh, that's lovely.
the answer to
got
that
any
is
gl-
no.
you
I
got
haven't
any,
got any
Brian?
citrus on it. No,
Have you got any glue, Pete?
can't,
Oh,
can't
you
afford it.
need,
No, I don't sniff that.
you need to get some, Barry. I mean,
Sniffing
Brian,
glue.
you need to get some. That absolutely smells gorgeous.
You guys think I'm made of money.
Well, you
Wow.
must be.
Why? I've got
You're a
horses.
wood
I've got
turner.
no money.
Precisely, you got horses. I mean,
Got horses.
Yeah.
Anybody got horses are made of money.
Yeah, right. You guys don't live in the real world if you think that.
And you got a rich wife.
Dara says, making me want to crack a beer open, but then I won't have anything left for fireworks tonight.
Get the beer open.
Right.
Get some more beer. Problem
Yeah,
solved.
look
Crack it
at the
open,
colours
there's
in that.
some more.
Can you guys
That's
see the
brilliant.
colours in that?
Yeah, lovely green.
Greens, creams.
Green.
Greens and reds and
Lovely.
oranges and everything in there.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
absolutely stunning bit of wood.
Woodwork learner saying, Joe, are you going to Harrogate for the show in November? Asking
Yes.
so I know when to book my hospital bed. Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm going as well. Andy, so
The,
book your bed now.
yeah, the good thing is I'm going as well.
Because when we get
I'm
over here, look
going.
out.
We're
So
having
there
a
you
little
are. We're
outing.
all going. Mark
Having a-
Harvey says it's stunning, Brian.
We're having a mad person's
Oh,
outing.
Mark. Mad person's outing. More like a blinking pub crawl.
Mind
Well,
you,
that's-
we're
Old
having,
age pensioners.
Is that not the same
Pensioners
thing?
weekend out, that's what it is.
Well, it's
we're having a
pensions
mini
weekend
outing in
now.
July as well, aren't we?
We're
Yes.
having a huge.
Oh,
we're having
yes,
a huge outing in July. Right, I am stunned by that piece of wood.
Mm,
Pretty.
the
think
carrot.
Totally
somebody-
changed its colour since you put the oil on it.
Yeah,
Compared to
somebody
the
thinks. Honest to
white.
God, you think somebody had actually painted that?
Painted it. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, that
gorgeous.
doesn't need anything more than that, does it?
It certainly
No.
does
Oh,
not. Right,
Callum
Bottomless.
Petrie's having to go.
Hey, Callum.
Oh, hi,
Bye,
Callum.
I'll have to go.
Hi, Callum.
Getting a hard time as we're on a visit. Nice work, Brian. We'll
Thanks,
see the
Callum.
rest tomorrow at some point.
Lewis
Cheers,
said he had to step away
you,
for a
Callum.
bit, Brian. But very nice colour. You mean you've been trying to get your video up on YouTube?
Hey, that's what he's been doing. Yeah,
It's
he's
more
a
like
chance.
it.
Right, so I have to bring this stem all the way down here now.
Yep. Doesn't have to
You
be
do
thin.
not.
Indeed.
That
It
thin
has to be
probably
thin.
won't suit that piece. I wouldn't go thin on that one.
I'm not going any thinner than that. That's it. That's
Well
as
done,
thin as
Barry.
it's go.
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
yeah, I wouldn't go thin.
Ooh, that's nearly a mistake. No, I don't think thin would do, because it's going to have a real chunky bottom.
You might go two long coves with a feature in the middle, maybe.
What?
Like an egg shape in the
Just
middle.
an idea.
Nice
So you
egg
want me to
shape.
put a cove in this?
Benjamin saying, I wonder if Glenn Lucas uses SK114s.
I
He uses
suspect
Vic
there
Mark.
might be Vic
I-
Marks myself.
I
but
would
You got Vic
suspect
Mark
the Vic Mark.
lanes. He only got 9 of them. So I reckon he'll have a Vic Mark chucks.
Let's go back to the spindle gauge.
And
Lewis has
woodwork.
been fishing fish and chips for his wife's supper.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
Trying to get a gold star.
He's on brownie
You could have
points,
cooked
innit?
some chips, Lewis, and then got out and got some chickens out of the backyard.
I think that
With
might
chicken
be
chips.
a broken arm rather than a gold star.
Yeah,
Yeah, consider that are Mrs. Golden's chickens.
that's what I thought.
If I just mark
Woodwork
that there a wee bit.
SK114 says, I'll be in Harrogate as well with Woodwork Learner.
You will.
And
He's
Michelle
switching between-
saying, Brian,
he's
I'm
switching
not
between
letting you
channels.
go.
Oh,
Who said that?
the boss has spoken. The boss has spoken.
Yeah.
Ryan, you're not allowed to go, Michelle said.
Yeah, newsflash.
Got it. How long had you been married, Brian?
Yeah, exactly, Terry.
Thankfully not, you're burst into laughter.
Yeah.
Well done, Glenn.
There may be trouble ahead. So if I just round it off into there like that. Keep it nice and sharp. Sharp, he says, sharp. And if I bring that
Sharp.
down just a little bit,
Just a little bit.
there, so as that kind of disappears into there and then reappears here.
Yep.
Something like that. Now I have to work out, because that's one bit. And I need to do the same thing about here somewhere. So I'll need to remove some of this now. You want something
Lewis is
fancy.
asking Ben, what are Saveloys? Lewis, you really don't want to know.
Yes, yes, full of rubbish.
It's like a plastic casing with all the bits that they couldn't find anywhere else to put.
Yeah, well, all the bits that fell on the floor, basically.
Yeah.
Lewis says that a raccoon killed one of his small chickens through the fence last week.
I
The wife
didn't
was
know
not
they
happy.
ate chickens.
Okay.
See them raccoons. See them raccoons.
You should be out there, Lewis, at night. Night
I
scope.
suppose they'll eat
Bang.
anything if they're hungry.
Yeah. Roof will.
Roof will.
Eat the backside out of a skunk.
It's a lovely cut.
It is.
Oh, look at them big ribbons. Look.
Very nice, Brian.
It's like,
Good
Oh,
job of
look.
getting closer to the chuck.
isn't it? It's like resin, look. For goodness sakes, everywhere.
No, I'd have that any day of the week.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, exactly.
Just get rid of some of that.
Raccoon in chips, says Mark Harvey.
Raccoon
Right.
chips.
Chips.
Right, so that's going to be now just be spread on out to the base here. Do something here.
Yeah.
What you could do there is you could put an onion,
Have to, I'm going to make that. No, I'm not better putting onion in it. No onion.
an upside
Yeah,
down
but-
onion.
No.
Yeah.
Michael Stratton said, what are you messing about at, Brian? Mike would have had that cup off the goblet long before now.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
Just going to put another fillet, Brian, all the way down.
So just go do that. And then I'm going to try and replicate that about there somewhere. And then turn that into a little ball. What happened there? Somebody fell out.
No?
That's Joe's in the
Not me.
background, look.
Well,
Oh, she's fallen asleep again.
typical Joe. Yeah, she fell
Joe
asleep.
fell
Yeah.
asleep again, look.
Hit her hand on the button.
Ah,
Did,
Oh, Joe.
did you fall
Oh,
asleep again, Joe?
Yeah, it's
no,
unbelievable, Joe.
no. The
take
internet
you
fell
anywhere.
asleep.
When we do, we got to take you back to apologise.
Anyway, what happened while I was away?
Nothing, we just took a mick out of you.
Oh, okay. I'll get my own back.
Pee in the wind. And get your own back.
There's Lewis's link.
Always pee on the
Well
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 wheel.
done,
done,
side.
Lewis.
Lewis. He's finally got it loaded. Good man.
Yay!
That link is for 10:30 tonight, people. It's Lewis's premiere. So 10:30 UK time tonight.
He's got it up an hour and a half early, which is
I know, it's not
unusual
like
because
him.
usually it's 20 minutes early. So he's done well.
Mark Harvey's asking me if I enjoyed Ramstein the other day. Yes, I really did. It was a fabulous gig. It was a bit odd because
Right.
they're all the normal flames and pyrotechnics going off, but it was still daylight. But that didn't matter. It was still good.
How long was it, P?
About 100 meters, I reckon.
How long did it last, the gig? Stunning.
Lovely, Pete.
Not how close you were.
So if I make this start to come out a little bit bigger here now. Oh no, I haven't. I can't do that. Oh, I can.
The band were on for about 2 hours.
Right.
Plus the support before that. So
Excellent.
I agree with you, Lewis. I agree with you, mate. Lewis has put, not all of us are retired, not like you lot.
No, that's the beauty of being old.
But yeah,
Hey, don't include me in it. I'm not retired.
You're old.
Not that old.
not as old as that.
Cutting uphill there. That's never a good idea.
Never.
Lewis is asking, where's the skew?
Well, I did ask that, Lewis. He hasn't used it tonight. He's afraid.
I
It's on
did
the
use it.
rack. Lewis.
It's not the best tool for what he's doing.
I did
No,
use
but
the
he
skew.
could do it. Did you?
I used the
He's
skew to do the bottom of the cup,
All right.
if you recall. Cast your mind back. I know you've got
Yeah,
a
no,
bit like
can't remember
no,
that
I
far
know you've
back.
got early stage dementia, but I mean, come on.
Short-term memory loss.
Did you do a
Easy.
cup?
Dave. So Woodart Learner says, Terry, are you off to see Shawaddy Waddy next week?
No, don't go to things like that. Waste of money.
Undoes lovely.
It's easier. It's easier to actually watch it on the television because you get to see them.
Yeah,
Go to
I
places
agree.
like that, you don't see nothing. Just people in front of you.
Yeah, but you don't get the atmosphere otherwise, do you? Watching it on
No, I
television.
don't like the atmosphere anyway.
All right, fair enough. That sorted
I'm
that
not
out, didn't it?
musically minded, so I don't. If tell you what, Joe, I drive all the way from my house to my daughter's, 300 miles. No radio on, nothing. Just me and Ruth chatting. She don't like it, mine, but
Yeah, she don't say a word.
no, she
Yeah. It's got her earplugs in.
I don't bother.
Sit
'Cause I
talking
can't
to
stick
yourself.
music. Don't like music. Too noisy. Everybody got it turned up so loud it blows the next car out. Or the next
I
house.
don't.
at least.
I don't listen to the
So, yeah.
radio when I'm driving, but Glyn does.
So you got to.
Do you think
Well,
that
I've got to
calms you
listen
down
to
then
it.
when you're driving?
I can only listen to radio too.
Ah,
Ben's asking if I sat down so people behind could see. No, if they want to sit behind a wall, that's their fault.
Yeah, that's about it for
They
you.
bought the tickets. They bought the tickets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Douglas,
there's
the
supposed to
back's
be a giant
not
there,
too
was there?
bad.
I'm not having trouble
Just
getting
like-
this ball right.
I need a new hip as well, Douglas. That's a trouble. That's what's playing up now.
So you missed what I said earlier, didn't you, Brian? If you want to make
I
a
did.
ball, it's got to be as long as it is weight.
Did you say that?
You did.
Yeah, I did.
You're gonna make it thinner now. Don't take any off the end.
You just have to make it thinner.
Yeah, don't take any off the end. Or else you make it thinner again then.
Can you guys see this all right, yeah?
Yeah, we can see it. Keep taking off the top. It's nearly there.
Woodward SK114 said Woodward Learner made me drive 285 miles to help him move.
Did he?
Well, I hope he paid for fuel.
That's nearly there, Brian.
There's a hip question there, Terry, which I believe must be for you.
Sorry, I wasn't looking at this. I'm looking at Brian to make sure he's doing
So
it.
am I. But
Sorry, what to do me? What?
How about
Sorry.
that? Would that do?
Where am I looking?
I'm going to stop for a minute. Sorry,
Douglas,
mate.
mine.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Douglas. Yes, yes. I have,
This was
Douglas.
not right.
I've been referred to the hospital. So I'm waiting to hear from them now. But I'm currently on morphine, mate. That's how bad it is.
Stephen Wood's got a question. He said, "Is it me or is Brian's balls looking a tad funny looking?"
It's you.
Stephen,
No, he got there in the end.
Yeah, you got there in the end. That's no round. Ish.
be round in a minute when I sand it.
You're going to make this elegant now, Brian.
I don't know how that's going to appear.
Yeah,
It's not going to be an elegant base if it's going to be natural edged.
No, but you know what I mean. Nice curve going up to it. Because of that lump, you might want to use a bow gouge.
That is a bow gauge.
Is it? Well, I can't
It's
see
a
it right.
3/8 bow gauge.
Oh, 3/8, right.
Douglas, I hope he gets it sorted soon as well, because I'm
Yeah.
stuck with Mondays until he does.
Pete's got to do Mondays until I get it sorted, Douglas. So that's fine. No, I don't really want to be on this medication for too long, thank you. It's the can't walk bit I don't like. The rest of it's fine.
To be fair, most Mondays I'm here, and if I'm here, I will do a live, but I don't do weekly lives because I do like the freedom of not having to commit.
Yeah,
'Cause,
you can
I'm a
choose, Pete, because
pensioner.
Brian will always jump in. He loves it.
You did like
You're
the
right.
freedom, Pete.
Oh, shut up,
No,
Conchana.
you don't have to. You can do what you want, Brian. Pete, no problem.
Yeah, we'll cover it where we can.
At the end of the day, you haven't got to do one every Monday anyway, have you? There's no
Of course, don't.
law into it. You have to do it.
It doesn't really matter if nobody did one on a Monday lunchtime. When I'm ready to come back, you know, when I've got it sorted, I can stand long enough to do a live. I'll just come back and do a live.
Yep.
Anybody else who's jumped in, that's tough. You'll have to
Tough luck.
share it between you.
Well, as I said, I will be there within
YouTube's
reason.
not paying me
every
anyway, so it
Monday.
don't matter. Yes, Ian, that's the truth. Fortunately, I've got a retired nurse now because she's retired this week, and she puts my socks on for me.
And after a couple of weeks of being with Terry, she'll be looking for a job to try and get out of the house and get a
Yeah,
rest.
she will. She retired about 6
Yeah.
years ago with me, and 6 weeks after she got another job, working in another hospital. Good thing being over me.
Stephen said he's thinking of doing Mondays 3 to 4 a.m. new turning if it helps.
That's right. I'll get my wife to be an earworm for you, Stephen. No problem. Joe definitely will. She'll sing the grit.
Oh,
Hands that too pity can be as soft as you what?
Mm.
Monday 3 to 4. No, you could do 1
you
till
could have
2
made
if you
that.
like.
That's too small now.
Stephen. You could share
What,
it, Pete, every other Monday.
what tool are you using there, Brian?
Spindle gauge.
Brian Green's got to go.
Quite a bit.
Take care, Brian.
Oh, bye, Brian.
Bye, Brian.
Thanks for popping in from Canada by the look of the flag.
Canada.
Yeah. Canada.
I was just
Yeah,
trying
I'm
to get
going
them.
to celebrate Canada Day from now on because I do believe in Canada.
Yeah.
I think it exists for real.
That's
I
the
do.
1st of July,
I think
isn't it?
does. I think it is real.
Yeah, 1st of July.
Feel
4th
like
of July.
man.
Yeah, I
That's
would
Oh,
have,
that's,
Stephen,
that's
America's
used
Independence
skew
Independence
at
Day
that
for
point.
America. Let's have a
Brian's
look
not
at
feeling
that.
it. Well, it's looking good so far.
Not so sure. Right, what do I need to do with
No.
this bottom now?
Well, get it smaller.
Um,
Take the spindle down a bit now.
Right. Now, basically, where you've got just below that branch that's sticking out,
Hmm.
you could end it there and it would be quite a nice odd shape. You're
Well,
looking
that's
for an
what
odd,
was,
you're
that's
looking
what
for
was
an
aiming
odd
for.
shape.
Yep.
You can't
Um,
include the bottom bit because it's right close to the chuck in it.
I could just cut the
Bottom one.
the tenon off the bottom.
Ah, yeah, we
Yeah,
can't
you
have that
could.
thick, the base. Won't look right.
So if
I
if
would
I,
be looking at putting a cove in
why don't I
where
take the
where you are now. Just take that into a bit more of a cove.
here?
And then coming in just below where that branch is sticking out,
I'm chopping it off.
This branch
just
here.
part it
Yeah,
off
just
there.
below that, yeah.
So I'm bringing this out nice here.
Yeah, I would be
Yeah.
looking to get your nice shape there,
Yeah.
and then end it just after that.
You
That's
don't
where
want
I would
much,
go
do
with
you?
that.
You don't want
Yeah.
much.
Good idea.
So we'll just take a little bit of time here just to see where this is going at the bottom.
Lewis says it's a nice stem, but it's upside down for his eye. Well, turn
It
your
is.
computer over.
Yeah, if you stand on your head, Lewis, it's perfect.
You know, just turn
It
the
is,
computer
Lewis.
over and
It
be
is,
fine.
Lewis. It's too big up here and too small down here. You're
Yeah.
100% right. I might have to go back up here. Bit more yet. Don't want to
But you
lose this
could take it
completely.
down further. Yeah, then you'd have to, wouldn't you?
If you go down further, then you have to go all the way to the bottom to get the shape that you want.
Yeah.
You could-
Well,
I'd pass
could
off
part
about.
it off.
I'd pass.
what about if I part it off
I'd
just
part it
there,
off.
guys? Hold
I'd part it off about 5 mil below where you've cut. I would.
Yeah, I would go back the same.
Yeah.
5 mil,
That's
just
too
here.
thick, Brian.
Yeah, right there. Yeah,
The
right below
lowest,
that.
the lowest point. The lowest, no,
Below that
the
knot.
lowest point. Spin it around a little bit more. The lowest point, 5 mil below that.
So that's the lowest
There,
point.
5 mil.
5 mil
So
below
5 mil below.
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Would-
Don't
That'll
forget
get
to
it.
finish your stem before you get too carried away.
The wood dude says, Brian, just cut it off and live life on the wild side. Natural bottoms.
Let's just put that in there and see what
Some
happens.
marking.
I think natural bottoms are the best.
You got to sand it all up and oil it yet before you take
Yeah,
it off.
no, but I'm just getting my base.
See, that looks nice.
Get your
There.
bearings. Get your bearings.
Yep, I think that's a nice shape there.
It's fine. Don't know what Lewis
Ben,
says.
Ben says, I agree with the person earlier that said
He's
to
Canadian.
have it as an emerging goblet. That was Ben, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that
that
said that.
He was.
No, that was somebody else. I think that was Brian, wasn't it?
I thought
That
it
would
was
have
Ben.
looked nice.
I just want to take some of that away so you can see what's happening. Yeah,
Don't take too much away in case you want to use that.
I'm not going to use it. It's coming off now. This bit.
Right.
So as you can see what's happening in there.
Mhm.
Right. That'll at least let us see what it looks like now at the bottom.
See, what I tend to do with something like that, if you just put your hand on it, so your fingers are on one side, your thumb's on the other, see where your fingers and thumb rest, as if you were holding it upright.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the feel that you're
Kind
looking
of what you want.
That gives you a shape from the
I
feel
think,
then.
I think I actually need to take this, make this a little bit narrower. This bit.
I would, yeah, I was
I
being inclined to
disagree.
take that dividing line out of it and make that one.
One
Just make
straight
it-
line. Yeah.
But then I avoid
Yeah, I
these
think if
two
you go
holes here.
if you go too thin, that's going to look silly because it's quite a long,
Yeah,
chunky. The head's
If you
quite
took the
chunky.
dividing
base is quite
line out-
Let's
chunky.
just finish this. Get this
No,
curve
if
right
you took
here,
the
'cause it's
dividing
not-
line out between the top two, Brian.
This bit.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
took that out, then take
Long
the other one
narrows.
at the bottom out. That would look
To
better.
about here.
Take that one out at the bottom.
This
The
one.
little,
Yeah, have
Yeah.
it one sweep right up.
sweep it right into the base.
All right, take
Yeah.
that out completely. Take that cove out.
No,
No,
I
keep
don't know.
keep the
No,
one
only
below
the
the
bottom
ball.
part. Only the bottom part.
So
Only the
that's-
bottom one.
That gets to say this
Keep
has
that.
to go.
Yes, and so does the middle one of the other one.
Oh boy.
Make it one sweep right up through.
I thought it was Andy. I thought it was Ben that had said it.
Keep the bevel on, nice sweep right up through, up to the.
And he said,
marker.
Brian, don't listen. Take lots more off. We want to see some excitement, as in bits flying.
No, we don't.
Trouble is, if you
Not,
do that,
not too
Andy,
thin, Bry.
we've got to pay Mike copyright for doing that. So
Not too thin. That you got to go really thin with the other bit.
I'm taking anything off.
No, that's okay.
The thinnest point
That's
is
fine.
there.
Now take the middle one of the other one out.
If the goblet
Take
comes
that
off
down
and
to
goes
the-
fine, it's called the Walt effect.
It won't affect. That's fine.
What's that?
I'm
Just
taking
finish
it
that
off.
off.
Now the other side's got to be a little bit thinner and take the middle out.
So I need to take this down a bit.
Just down slightly. Take the stem down slightly. Not the fillet, the stem.
Yep, I'm
And
getting
take
there,
it
Terry.
right along.
And then I want this out.
Leave the other fillet in the other side of the ball.
Yep.
Benjamin says maybe move the ball to the left about 40 mil.
And next time, make it in walnut.
Yeah.
You want to bring that stem now, Brian, down to the thickness of the stem under the ball, the other side. That'll look odd. Yes, Ward. Turning by committee.
Yeah.
Have you noticed, guys, my best work is done when I do it by myself? Have you noticed that yet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we noticed that, Brian. But you're doing it with us now, so shut up and get on with it.
That's
Ah. All the really good pieces that I've done have been done by myself.
Brian,
Yes, mate.
you're going over the centre there, mate. He's been a nice sweeping cove there. You don't want to go past
Sweeping
the
cove,
centre.
that's it. Getting near it.
So there's the middle of it.
Get
there.
in near it.
So come a little bit that way. And then I'm going to cut a wee bit downhill here. Just
Yeah, that's fine.
keep that coming into the middle. Right there somewhere.
It's nearly there with thickness.
As we said earlier, that little ridge that you get in the middle can be sanded out in seconds.
Yeah.
Bruce
Just
says,
down the other
now
way
we are
very
getting
slightly.
somewhere.
Very slightly. Not much. Whisper. Finishing cut.
Finishing cut left-handed as well. Would you look at that?
Perfect. Perfect. I just sound that now.
Sanding.
Right.
It's time for sanding, as Phil Anderson would say.
There
Sanding.
is one more thing I would say, Brian.
Oh, what?
Get rid of the ball.
Did you like the base I did earlier?
Get rid of the ball.
I like the base you did earlier.
Yeah.
Didn't you? What happened
I
to the sandpaper?
I went in steeper, so I actually had a cove that went down into the base and then back out again to create a sort of thin.
Down and back out.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Down
going a
here.
little
Yeah,
bit deeper
tighter
there
curve.
and then
A tighter
Nah.
curve, eh?
tighter
No, I
curve.
like
I quite like
the way
that
it is.
actually.
I'm leaving it the way it is. I like it. Overruled.
Fair enough.
Overruled.
Just for a change.
Dara said, I reckon about 26 people need to hit that thumbs up.
Only 26.
I gotta say, this is blooming good work tonight, so you should be hitting that thumbs up.
Yeah, it is. I think the earworms have done really well.
Yeah.
Directing him
Chase
to
says-
hit the thumbs up, people.
Chase
Yeah,
is
Lewis
saying
is,
now it's
saying mirror
really
the
looking
top.
great.
Give the earworms a thumbs up there, boys, would you?
And you got the small standing head, Brian, for in there.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, get it on, can he?
Jesus.
He's blinking
Oh,
lazy.
it's just painful. That's just painful to watch him keep slipping out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to just use the disc on its own.
Or just,
Mm.
I would just use a piece of sandpaper in the end.
No, I mean, just use a bit of sandpaper. No, just use a bit of sandpaper.
I mean, come on. You have spent 14 hours cutting discs on your laser printer and wasting all the odd bits. Just use the odd bits to sand that.
What'd you
What
waste,
Lorna
laddie?
says.
What'd you do with all the
Ah.
waste? Just throw them in the bin.
Glenn has said that's a lot more pleasing to the eye, Brian.
Thanks,
There you
Glenn.
are. Well done, Glenn. Finally.
Yeah, if you click it twice, Andy, you click it on and then you click it off.
Well, Andy does that. He's like that.
Brian,
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
you could grit the stem if you wanted to.
Yeah, he could. Just keep
I
Glenn
could.
happy.
I
Then
could.
Douglas could listen to Joe
I mean,
singing there.
Pay
Joe
for,
needs to
pay
sing.
for it. I could.
We need to
Are you
mess
sure?
up Andy because he hates it.
I could, but I think I'm lemon oil in it.
Grit it and wipe it off and lemon oil it.
You can't do that. You
Methylated
can't
spirits.
waste it.
You can't waste
Sorry,
it.
you don't pay for it.
Yeah. And then he can wipe it off with nice and stand up to 1,000 then. Wipe it off with methylated spirits. And then
Bring
oil
the
it.
smell.
Yeah.
I can always sing it, even if
You could sing it anyway, couldn't you, Joe?
I could. Just to entertain people.
Yeah.
I know people were
Do you want to,
expecting
Joe?
What is
it.
my? It's my
Just for
turning
those
not.
people
do
that
you-
are out there desperate to hear it.
On 3,
It's my
Joe.
turning
Joe,
not.
on
It's
3.
my turning not entertaining
3.
enough. What's going
No,
on?
I was just adding extra to it.
Joe. On 3.
What?
3. Sing.
Okay.
Ready?
Hands
3.
that feel pretty can be soft as your face with light brown. You're pretty.
There you are, you see. Josephine sang for us.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Well, she likes to sing. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I like Joe's singing. She's lovely.
Hmm?
120, 180, 320, 400.
Returning by Barry said he's had his shower, got dressed, and Brian's still on. Result. Yeah, he's still
Only half
going,
past nine.
Barry. For another hour.
Brian,
Yes, mate.
Oh.
You're all right. We've only got 5 minutes left. We're okay.
Which dude dogs has lost his voice.
I'm just trying to sort out my ball.
Oh.
I've got a little problem with my ball.
Jennifer's been on the Baileys again.
Oh, she has
Well
not.
done, Joe. Well done, Joe. The voice of an angel. Brian
Lewis
sacked.
said, sacked Brian. Not Lewis, sorry, Glenn. Lewis said, does Joe do Dwight Jokum?
Whatever that is.
Whoever he
Yeah,
is.
don't know what that is.
320, 400.
That's good. Where did that change green when you put lemon
it
oil
will.
on it? I think it might, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a funny little mark just in the bottom of this.
Mm.
I think I
Nice
need to do
sharp
something.
edges with the skew chisel, Brian. Nice sharp cuts with the skew chisel.
Yeah, sometimes the skill just define it for you.
Just to find it off, mate. Use your Colwyn Way skew chisel.
I haven't got one.
Oh, sorry, bye.
Add it to the
God.
list.
Add to the list. SK114 Colwyn. Don't get a catch, mine. Take it easy.
No,
Love you,
I
look
don't
at
know of a country singer called Dwight.
that. Any Dwight I know is called Eisenhower.
I think there was a Dwight that played Murdoch
Yeah, it just defines it, Brian.
in 18.
What's that?
Ian Cook said, colour the ball. What he really meant was
There we
gold
go.
leaf the ball. But
Gold leaf.
Yeah.
That's what you mean.
Who said that?
Black stem with gold leaf ball.
Yeah.
I'm going to disappoint you all sadly because I'm going
It's going to put lemon oil on it.
to put lemon on it. Just look at that,
Oh no, not all over the machine.
all over my clay. For goodness sake!
And what is the matter?
Must
All
be
over
the
the
night.
control box.
I knocked over
it's
half a
lovely.
litre of mixed up resin
Everywhere,
tonight.
look.
They're all over the bench.
It's a lovely smell.
Went
That.
everywhere.
when
Liz
Brian's
smells
live
nice.
is finished, I'm going to go out and
Right, where
apply
is
the
my,
finish to the goblet I turned earlier.
You're
yeah,
going to light
once
it
it's
up.
dark. Once it's
Yeah.
dark.
Now it's dark, I'll
Catch
go
it
up with a
aflare.
blue lamp and set fire to it.
Good
Right.
man. Take a picture for us.
Oh, it's going the same colour.
Wow. That'll look great then.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, character.
Wood Do says, Brian, you have to stain it with electric green and add
Electric
gold leaf to really be in the goblet club.
We'll give a top up another.
That's looking lovely. I like that. Lemon oil is good.
That is really
Mm.
nice. Actually.
It's better on the piece than on the lathe, but you know.
Yeah, it works better than swine tie.
I probably get the pronunciation wrong on this, but Weaval said, "Affy Bonnie, Mr. Brian."
Offie Bonnie,
Offie
Mr.
Oh,
Bonnie.
Brian.
Val, you still here?
Offie. Offie Bonnie.
Happy Bonnie, Mr. Brian. What's that mean? Good?
Very
Bonnie
nice.
means good, doesn't it? Very nice.
Bonnie means
Well done,
lovely.
Well done, Val.
Offie means awfully
Very,
good.
awfully,
Awfully
very.
good. It's awfully nice, is how you English folk would say it.
I got the meaning
Awfully
of it.
nice,
I
old
just
boy.
wasn't quite sure how to
Awfully
pronounce
nice.
that. Awfully.
It's awfully nice, old boy. Roger Dodger. Roger.
That's the one. Oh, Roger Dodger.
Oh,
Just
damn
Ding
to
dong.
it.
Cheers, Michael.
there we go. Enough.
Sensational.
Anthony Green thinks it's lovely. He says, really come alive, Brian. Well done. Nice job.
Now, next, give that a quick rub with a clean piece of cloth.
Not bad for the earworms, is it, really? Remote control.
Aston, I want to make stuff as chucked in. Anyone mentioned embellishing wax yet?
No, not yet,
Ooh,
Aston, but
ooh.
thank you for
Don't go
mentioning
there.
it,
Don't
Brian.
go there.
What colour are you going to do that?
Oops.
That's okay. It's because it's wet. It can be.
Be a little bit delicate there because that's about to go off.
Yeah.
Now, I have to part this off now.
Right. Oh, this could go wrong then. Take your time.
Don't say
There
that,
may
Tim.
be trouble ahead, but while there's music and moonlight.
Here we go. Time for a rubber duck. On the parting tune, there's Brian. He's taking a leap forward. Ah, no, he reverses. Goes into the second cut.
It's only a flute and passing tool.
If only I had a fluid parting tool, right?
Haven't you got one of those, Brian? That's
Not yet.
3 new tools you have to buy today.
What he does is actually
Wow.
by my front door, ready to be packed in the bag.
Yeah, that's it. You will have one soon then. Can't do without a
I
flute
will.
parting tool, Brian. Well, you can anyway.
Are you undercutting that a little bit, Ryan?
Yes, mate.
Might
Yeah.
be, Steve.
About a 10-degree slope from lip to centre.
Lewis says, switch
Stephen-
hands about dismount.
Stephen the Wood Do says, I'll photograph my goblet tomorrow. Where do I send it? To Steve or just anywhere? Well, anywhere, Stephen, really.
Anywhere will
provided
do,
it's got
but
If you wanted to go into the thing,
skcraft.bt.com on it. It'll go into
SK
the...
Craft is the place to go. So I'm going to check it out and not part that off all the way.
yeah, take
We'll
the tail
do-
stock away. Now you can part it off
Please
all the
eat.
way, no problem.
Please email it, Stephen.
I have to
Because
part it off now.
you said the
Yeah,
picture's
See
not
if
very
I
good.
see if I break this.
If you
Stick your
put it
hand
on
around
Messenger.
it before
See
you
if I
start the
break
race.
this. If I break this, you are getting a beating.
Stephen's very kindly
Oh,
put his
thank
link
you.
in for everybody that wants to take part in the Goblet week.
Yep.
Well,
Send
Goblet
it
2
to
weeks.
Stephen.
Lewis, can you check your link in again now, please?
You can breathe now, Brian.
Yeah, it's off and I caught it. Yeah. Hey, my name is Steve.
Steve's
Sandable.
Wood Dude said, oh, SK it is then. SK what? 114?
SK Crafts at btinternet.com.
It's in the chat.
Take chuck off. No, don't take chuck off. Did you hear my mind working there?
Yeah.
That was my brain engaging. Takes a long time.
So what that grating noise was.
Yep, that's what the noise was.
Lewis has put his link in again for anybody who's not sure. It's on a 10:30.
I love that thing. That's
Chance
a
to get yourself a
beautiful
cup of tea
goblet.
or coffee. Or a beverage of two.
I can show you
Let's
this.
see, Lewis.
I've figured out how to do this.
Do what?
Let you see this bit.
Get
Ah.
that.
Ah.
I
Just
may have
be nice
undercut
or
it.
interest. Just be interested to
Benjamin
see
reckons
how
you
many
need a
different
new-
styles of
Goblets.
goblets we get coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be lovely.
Yeah.
Benjamin says, Steve, you need a more professional email address. I think it's
I've
quite
got
nice,
one,
that
though,
email
but
address.
we
Sounds
use
good.
this one for the fun. Professional? Who said anything about professional? I do YouTube for fun. That's
yeah.
all I do it for.
It's
Yep.
just fun, isn't it?
There ain't no professionals in here, boys. We're all just amateurs.
Lewis
We have
likes
to
your
be
angle, Brian.
professional. We have to be professional all week, so we don't want to do it the weekends.
Leave that over there.
Yeah, weekend's a fun weekend.
Lewis likes my what?
If the
Angle.
angle of the camera.
Not the back end camera, yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
worked
Yeah,
fairly
nice.
well,
Your
actually.
fork
Yes,
handle.
good.
The four
Four
camera.
candles. Four candles in.
That's the camera I use in the beginning as the webcam for the introduction. It sits on top of my. Put that back on its chuck buddy because I never have mentioned them tonight. I mention them every time I want.
No,
What do I
not
need to
Lewis.
do now? I need to put that there. I need to put that there. And this camera might not get this.
Down a bit.
Down just a little bit. There you go.
Yep, I'm
That's
just going to
better.
adjust the
That's it.
camera now.
That's
Look
perfect.
at that.
Perfect. Look at that. See?
Very nice.
Perfection.
There, guys.
That's that.
So,
You can
little
you can see the oranges in
natural
that going
edge
for that
goblet,
colour.
Yeah. You can see it
and
getting
it's
standing out
all
with the
sorts
colours.
of colours in it.
It's beautiful.
There's a green in here. There's a sort of orangey browny colour down here.
That's not for a bit.
Light
Not bad
green.
for a bit of holly, is it? Really?
Who'd have
Right.
thought
Look on
it?
the inside that you can't really see, but all the knots go all the way through into the inside. Almost looks like a little universe in there.
I think it might be one of the best goblets you've done, Brian.
I think maybe you could be
Just a
right.
question: do you think
Mm.
would them colours fade when as it dry, or do you think they'll stay like that?
I have no idea, mate. What we'll do is we'll find out. Yeah?
They might, if they go in the sun,
Colour.
they might fade a bit. But
The colours are
kept it
gorgeous.
in. And we're really, it's lovely.
And you were right about the
You'd
stem.
never colour.
The stem had too much going on to begin with, so taking it back to just simple and
Yeah,
simple,
to simplify it.
it just made all the difference, I think.
See,
Right,
and get a
there we
badge
go.
for
Let's
that.
bring
Great
the guys back in.
comments. Stunner. Really nice work. Excellent work. Brilliant, Brian. Marvellous.
Bring the guys back in.
Here we are,
Stop
team.
looking at your phone, Joe.
Back again.
Oh,
She's looking at her phone. See, she ain't been digging any nose all evening. I knew
I
it.
know.
Look at
She's
the
been
chat.
talking on the phone, talking to her
Ah,
mate, talking to her mates. I
Yeah.
know, really.
Not bad, Brian.
So-
Still got half a glass left, mate.
That's the webcam, so I'm
That's
just going to change
not
that
bad,
back to where
Peter.
it should be.
I've still got a
Yeah.
quarter of a glass left.
And I'll let you see. Don't forget the Makers t-shirt.
Yeah, make us t-shirt. Buy them.
Some good makers on the front.
Too
and
nice.
Some good makers on the back.
My name's on there. Buy them.
And we need to sell loads of these so as we can get more money for the
For a charity.
our chosen charity this year, which is Steve.
Dementia.
Dementia UK.
There we go.
Dementia.
Dementia UK. That's who we're supporting this year. I look forward to the auction in October.
Even though one
October
pretty well
21st.
Oh,
Put the
agrees
date.
with me.
Put the
you
date in
More
your
surpassed
diary.
details. October 21st, is it?
Yep.
Okay. Put
Yeah,
that in your
October.
diary,
The
guys.
auction will be the auction will be October the 21st. Obviously, I'll put a link up near the time, but I will be doing a short video in the next few days just to let people know what's going on.
Cool.
Okay.
Yours is
Excellent.
asking to be included in next year's shirt. That's going to be December, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah,
Well, after this auction,
when we
we'll do
did
another one.
when we did the shirt last year, obviously the guys who paid to go on the shirt, all their money went to last year's charity. But the agreement was they'd be on the shirt for 12 months. So when the 12-month period is over, I will be letting
New
people
shirt.
know that spaces are available. Obviously, some people who are on the shirt this year are going to want to be back on the shirt, but I think it's only fair that some new people have chance to be on the shirt.
I
so
agree.
not
I
everybody's
agree.
Yeah.
not everybody's going to make. Not everybody who's on the shirt this year is going to make next year. I'm quite happy
That's
to
fair.
miss out if I have to, because
me
obviously
too.
it's nice to have other makers rather than the same makers over and over again on it.
Yeah,
But
I'm
that
quite
all the
happy to miss
funds,
out,
all the
Steve, but I'll still give you the £5 or £10 or whatever.
We've got the Yorkshire get right across the back, like.
Oh, well, that could go. Look, you get
So,
another 3 on there for that.
so what that be is
Only paid
in
for it.
December we'll then put out the feelers and see who wants to go on the shirt. 3 people have already contacted me who wanted to go on last year who didn't make it have already contacted me. So
Well, I should think they should
obviously
be
they're
informed.
they're going to have.
Yeah.
I totally agree. But we'll notify them near the time. So what it is, all the funds that we sell the spaces on the shirt for will go to this year's charity, and then the funds we make throughout next year will go to next year's charity, same as we did last year.
Ian Cook giving you a wonderful compliment. He said, "Nice piece, feeling inspired." May have to knock one out.
Good.
If you can
Well,
get somebody
we'll
else
do
to
that.
Man.
go out and cut something, then you've done a good job.
That's exactly right. That's
Yeah,
how I feel
definitely.
too. If you can
And
inspire
make sure you
one
send the
person to
pictures
do
over to me.
something, that's a great thing. Thanks very much. Right, we're done. Now
Susie's
just
put you
talk
could make
again.
the hang on, just one quickly. Susie's put you could make the makers logos a bit smaller. The trouble is, Susie, you go too small, you might get more on, but you can't really see the logos, and that's not fair. People paying for it. Then
Yeah,
we've got how many's on the
Yeah.
front? Just move back a bit, bro. I think there's 12 on the front, isn't there?
3, 6.
Yeah, 12 on the
12.
front.
Yeah, and 12 on the back.
Yeah,
Same-
and on the
same
back
on the back.
there's 9, and then Glyn had
9 in
space across
Glyn.
the top of 3.
Yeah.
So it's
Glyn paid for a
24.
triple
Well, there's
slot.
not.
I think Glyn will probably
Yeah,
pay as you £500 to have it on the back. It's not a problem.
But in theory, we could get 24 makers on the shirt, so I think that's fair
Yeah.
enough at what we
Yep.
charge per slot.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's good.
And I was going to say, Steve, are you going to put out a feeler that those who may want to put something in?
Yeah,
Donation?
I will be contacting people in the next few weeks. Obviously, there's plenty of time. There's no major rush.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to take everybody's donations. Just to
That's
let
all.
people know, there was a few people last year who wanted to donate. I've got their contact details from last year, so I will be contacting those. If I've forgotten you, then just send me a message and remind me. But obviously, we can't take everybody because we only got a certain length of time. I think last year we auctioned off 10 pieces at the night, was it?
10
Yeah.
pieces is as much as we can handle on the auction, I think.
Yeah, so we're not going to
be
auction off
fair.
any more pieces. But what we said we would do this year to get a few more pieces in, we will do them as raffle prizes.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it'll be £2 a ticket like last year. You buy your tickets through GoFundMe. Nick will allocate you a number for that specific
Piece.
auction that you've designated. Yeah, whatever piece I'll lot the pieces, and whatever piece you want to buy for the tickets for, you let me know, and then you will be entered into the raffle. But well, more details will come out as I get them in my head, and that's what I'm doing the video for. So but I just want to be honest with people, do it up front exactly the same we did last year. That everything will go to the GoFundMe, so nobody touch any cash. It just goes straight into GoFundMe. Therefore, that'll go straight to Dementia UK at the end of this time. And I will
Maybe
run the
Ian Cook-
auction through. What's that?
Ian Cook has just said you could get one in each sleeve as well.
Yeah, you
But,
could do. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if they do them on the
Yeah,
sleeve. Actually, I don't think
I don't know if they
Teespring is
do.
still
I
on the
don't
sleeve.
think.
No, they don't.
I don't think.
But what we'll do is we'll run this auction right through till the 5th of April, 5th of January, sorry, next year. So there'll be plenty of time for people to donate and do whatever they want to do. And if we raise 150 quid, then I'll be proud of everybody that we've done our best.
What Ward Wilson says that GoFundMe take a hefty percentage.
No, GoFundMe
Sure.
don't take a penny.
I don't think it took a penny when it's for a charity.
Not
No,
when it's
go
a
for-
charity, no.
I don't. Not for
No,
sure.
They didn't take a penny last year.
GoFundMe. No, GoFundMe didn't take anything. They make their money on commercials and advertising. That's the reason I chose GoFundMe, because there are other companies out there who do charge a percentage.
That's fine. That's good. Brilliant.
Yeah, there'll be no more tattoos, Andy. Thanks.
Being aware of the limitations on the number that Steve can physically handle in one night,
Exactly.
I'm making my donation by putting something on eBay that will end during
On-
Steve's
on that
live, the auction night. Whatever I sell that for on eBay will go into the fund. It means I can still donate without overloading the night and
Yep.
causing problems.
Yeah,
It's a good idea.
that's a really
Yes, I appreciate that, Pete. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
So,
Right.
are we
Excellent.
done?
Yeah, we're done.
I think
Okay,
so.
guys, thank you very
Paul.
much for coming in. One last look at the piece there, just to let you see it. There it is.
Super job.
I love that.
It's good night from Pete.
Good night, all.
Good night from Terry.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Good night from Steve.
Good night, Steve.
And it's good night from Joe.
good night, everyone.
And it's good night from me too, guys. Thanks for coming in, and I'll see you all on the next one.
Good night.